Have you ever questioned the sincerity of those around you? Do you sometimes wonder if the friendly smiles and sweet words you hear hide something deeper? What if beneath those warm greetings, jealousy and deceit are quietly brewing? It's easy to assume that we can always spot a genuine person, but in reality, it's much more complicated. Jealousy and deception can be expertly concealed, making those who harbor these feelings some of the most dangerous people to trust. Imagine this scenario. You're celebrating a huge success at work. Surrounded by friends and colleagues, everyone is offering congratulations. But despite the smiles and applause, something feels off. Why do you get the sense that not all is as it seems? Perhaps there's someone in that crowd hiding their true emotions behind a mask of congratulatory words. Though they smile, their eyes tell a different story, a subtle but telling sign that all is not well. In today's video, I will share 10 powerful techniques that will help you spot jealousy and deceit in others. These methods are drawn from the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy, which has stood the test of thousands of years. Not only will these principles help you better control your emotions and find inner peace, but they will also equip you with the tools to recognize and deal with jealousy and deceit in your relationships. By applying these Stoic teachings, you will become not only stronger, but also wiser in navigating the complexities of human interactions. These techniques will safeguard you from toxic relationships, allowing you to create a life filled with peace and happiness. Before we dive into these life-changing insights, I have a small challenge for you. Watch this video until the very end and don't skip a single lesson. Each one is critical in helping you stay true to your values and lead a fulfilling, peaceful life. 1. Observe their actions. One of the fundamental teachings of Stoic philosophy is this: don't trust words, trust actions. A person's actions reveal their true nature and intentions far more clearly than any words they speak. Words can be manipulated, twisted, or even entirely fabricated, but actions don't lie. When you're observing, others look for contradictions between what they say and what they do. You might encounter someone who speaks highly of you, offering praise and support, yet their actions suggest something else entirely. Perhaps a colleague congratulates you on your recent success, but behind your back, they subtly undermine or criticize your achievements. It's their actions, not their words, that unveil the truth. Ask yourself, have you ever felt like someone's words don't match their behavior? Have you ever encountered a person who says one thing but does another? Let's explore this concept further as we delve deeper into the Stoic principles that can help you navigate such situations. Continuing from our previous discussion about observing actions, let's dive deeper into the significance of evaluating people's responses to your success. Have you ever encountered someone who promised to be there for you, yet, when the time came, they were nowhere to be found? This is one of the clearest signs of inconsistency, and often it's rooted in something darker like jealousy. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Actions speak louder than words, and they are the true reflections of our character. Take, for instance, a friend who constantly assures you they'll stand by you through thick and thin, but when you face challenges, they vanish into thin air. This behavior is not just inconsiderate. It's dishonest and shows a lack of trustworthiness. It's these actions, not their kind words, that unveil a person's true character. Now try observing how people behave when they believe no one is watching. How do they act when there is nothing to gain or lose? This is when their real nature shines through. These are the moments that help distinguish genuine intentions from those veiled behind sweet, empty words. By focusing on actions more than words, you gain a much clearer understanding of the depth of a person's character. This practice doesn't only help you identify the true nature of others, but also encourages you to reflect on your own behavior. After all, our character is defined by what we do, not what we say. 2. Evaluate their response to your success. People's reactions to your achievements can tell you a lot about their true feelings toward you. Jealous individuals often struggle to conceal their discomfort when they see others succeed. Their envy might manifest in subtle ways through baseless criticism, fake congratulations, or even attempts to undermine your hard work. This behavior not only strains relationships, but also exposes the darker sides of their character. There's a saying that goes, "The only person you should try to be better than is the person you were yesterday." A true friend who respects and supports you will celebrate your successes. They understand that every achievement you make is a reflection of your journey of self-improvement. But those who harbor resentment may view your success as a threat, a glaring reminder of their own insecurities or shortcomings. Think back to a time when you achieved something significant. How did the people around you react? Did they cheer for you, or did they show signs of discomfort or jealousy? This is when you can truly identify who is on your side and who might not have your best interests at heart. Supportive individuals will genuinely share your joy, understanding the effort behind your success. Their feedback is always encouraging, filled with positive reinforcement. On the other hand, jealous or deceitful people may try to downplay your accomplishments or even spread rumors to diminish your achievements. The way others react to your success can be a powerful indicator of their sincerity, and it's an invaluable tool in understanding who truly supports you. Building on our previous discussion about reactions to success, let's now explore another crucial aspect of recognizing jealousy and deceit. Have you ever noticed how some people treat others when they think there's nothing to gain from it? Their actions in these situations can reveal more about them than any word or smile ever could. Now let's dive into the third lesson. From Stoic philosophy, how to observe the way people interact with those who can't benefit them. 3. Notice how they interact with those who can't benefit them. In Stoic philosophy, one of the core teachings is that respect and compassion should be given to all people, especially those who are weaker or of lower status. A truly noble soul never looks down on anyone, regardless of their position in life. When we observe how people treat others, we're seeing the true measure of their character. Think about it. How does a person treat someone who can't offer them anything in return? Do they show kindness and respect, or do they dismiss or belittle them? Those who are genuinely thoughtful, whether at the height of power or at the most humble of stations, consistently treat everyone with dignity. They understand that every individual, no matter their role, has inherent worth. Whether they are interacting with the Prime Minister or a service employee, they remain respectful and kind. In contrast, jealous and deceitful people often reserve kindness only for situations where they stand to gain something. They may be charming when dealing with someone of higher status or when there is a benefit to be had, but treat those who can't offer anything with disdain. You may witness arrogance, cruelty, or neglect towards those who seem powerless in their eyes. For example, consider a colleague at work. If they are always friendly and attentive to the boss, but dismissive or even rude to the janitors or service staff, it's a glaring red flag. This behavior shows that they don't respect people for who they are. They respect power and self-interest. Their attitude reveals deep insecurity and pettiness beneath the surface. This lesson doesn't just help you identify jealousy and deceit in others, it also gives you the chance to reflect on your own behavior. How do you treat people who can't offer you anything in return? Are you kind to those who might seem less important, or do you only show respect when there's something to gain? Reflecting on our own actions can reveal where we need to grow and improve. By observing how others treat those with lower status, we gain valuable insights into their true character. And more importantly, we learn how to make sure we're treating others with the dignity they deserve. Building on our previous point about recognizing actions, let's now turn our attention to another crucial aspect of identifying insincerity, distinguishing between praise and flattery. Have you ever received a compliment that seemed just a little too much, a little too perfect? It felt good at first, but something in the back of your mind made you question its sincerity. This is where the Stoic principle comes in, being able to differentiate between genuine praise and excessive flattery. Excessive flattery is often a clear sign of deception and jealousy, yet many people overlook it. 4. Distinguish between praise and flattery. Sincere compliments are always constructive. They acknowledge your effort or achievement in a meaningful way. But when compliments cross the line into excessive praise, that's when you should start being wary. Remember, it's not what others say about you that matters, but what you think about yourself. Your self-worth should never depend on the praise or compliments you receive from others, especially when those compliments lack sincerity. Ask yourself this. Do these compliments genuinely reflect your accomplishments? Are they based on your actual achievements, or do they seem exaggerated, almost as if the person is trying to sweeten you up for a reason? When you find yourself receiving excessive praise, it's essential to stop and evaluate. Is there an underlying motive? Are they trying to gain something from you? Excessive flattery is often a tool used by those who want to hide their true intentions. The person giving such compliments might be masking their jealousy or trying to manipulate you for their own benefit. As Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, wisely said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Compliments can feel satisfying, but what if the intentions behind them aren't as pure as they seem? Excessive praise can lower your guard, making you more susceptible to manipulation. Instead of letting these insincere compliments sweep you off your feet, learn to evaluate them objectively. Stay true to your core values and don't let flattery cloud your judgment. A great example of this can be found in the workplace, where some colleagues may constantly flatter you, but when you need real support, they're nowhere to be found. They might act friendly and heap praise on you in front of others, but behind your back they could be criticizing you or speaking ill of your work. Recognizing and dealing with excessive flattery is key to protecting yourself from fake and jealous people. It also helps you stay true to who you are, allowing you to live more authentically. Always stay alert to the motives behind compliments and continuously affirm your true self-worth. Believe in yourself and use Stoic wisdom to stay grounded in who you are. Building relationships based on sincerity and mutual respect will lead you to stronger, more genuine connections. Have you ever encountered someone whose behavior constantly shifts depending on who they are around or what they stand to gain? In Stoic philosophy, consistency is the ultimate test of sincerity. To truly understand someone's character, you need to observe their actions across various situations, not just when they are in the spotlight. This is an essential method for spotting jealousy and deceit, and it's something we often overlook. 5. Monitor consistency when evaluating a person. It's easy for people to say all the right things, but actions speak louder than words. Stoic philosophy teaches us to evaluate whether someone's actions consistently match their words and beliefs over time. This is a crucial indicator of their true intentions. Jealous and insincere individuals often cannot maintain a consistent approach to life. Their behavior will shift depending on what they stand to gain in the moment. Think about this. A person might act friendly and supportive when they need something from you, but when they no longer have any use for you, their demeanor changes. They might become cold, distant, or even openly hostile. For example, a colleague may praise your accomplishments in front of everyone, but then gossip about your success behind your back. It's not just one time they repeat this behavior. When you start noticing odd inconsistencies in their actions, don't rush to judgment. Instead, patiently observe their behavior over time. Look for patterns rather than isolated incidents. Ask yourself, do they maintain their values and principles when you're not around, or do they show a completely different side of themselves? This is a clear sign of jealousy and deceit when their behavior contradicts their words. Another way to gauge consistency is by watching how they treat others. A truly sincere person treats everyone with fairness and respect, regardless of what they can gain from them. They don't flatter one person to win favor while ignoring another. Consistency in behavior reflects someone's honesty and trustworthiness. Take a moment to think about the people in your life. Do any of them act inconsistently, depending on the circumstances? Are there individuals who maintain their values no matter what? If you find yourself saying no to these questions, be cautious. Such people may be hiding jealousy and deceit beneath the surface. We're now halfway through our journey today. Thank you for your presence and support as we continue to explore these invaluable Stoic principles. Your commitment to these lessons is the encouragement we need to share Stoic wisdom with even more people. If you found these insights helpful, please like and share this video with your friends and family. Let's spread these lessons to build a more peaceful, honest, and respectful world. Leave a comment below with the words, "Always observe carefully," to let us know you're ready to embrace the Stoic way and continue on this transformative journey. Stay tuned as we dive deeper into the next powerful principle of Stoicism. Continuing from our previous discussion about consistency, let's now explore another important lesson: how to observe a person's reaction to criticism. Have you ever noticed how some people handle criticism? Do they embrace it as an opportunity for growth, or do they react defensively? According to Stoic philosophy, how a person reacts to being criticized can reveal a lot about their true character. Let's take a deeper dive into this principle. 6. Observe their attitude when criticized. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most renowned Stoic philosophers, once said, "If someone is able to show me that what I think or do is not right, I will happily change, for I seek the truth, which never harmed anyone. It is the person who continues in their self-deception and ignorance who is harmed. This quote highlights a fundamental Stoic belief: wise and sincere individuals are always open to constructive criticism. They welcome criticism because their ultimate goal is truth and self-improvement. When criticized, a Stoic views it as an opportunity to learn, not as an attack on their self-esteem. On the other hand, jealous and deceitful individuals often react negatively to criticism. Instead of seeing it as a chance to grow, they get defensive and retaliate harshly. They may correct others aggressively or even attempt to discredit the critic. This reaction comes from a fear of exposing their true selves or admitting their flaws. Think back to a time when you were criticized. How did you respond? Were you open to reflecting on the feedback, or did you immediately try to justify your actions and refute what was said? Your response can provide valuable insight into both your own growth and the true nature of those around you. For example, a good leader will listen to constructive criticism from their team. They understand that this helps them improve and fosters a positive, collaborative environment. An insincere or jealous leader, however, might ignore or even punish employees who offer criticism, creating a toxic work environment full of fear and tension. Before we move on to the next lesson, consider this. Do you know someone who becomes angry or defensive when criticized? This might be a sign that they are hiding insecurities or struggling with self-doubt. How does this affect your relationship with them? Let's explore more on this topic in the next lesson. Now let's move on to lesson number 7, how to notice and evaluate the subtle, unintentional comparisons people make in daily life. These may seem like harmless remarks, but they can reveal hidden feelings of jealousy and deceit. Stay with us as we dive into this next important Stoic lesson. Continuing from our last lesson about unconscious comparisons, let's now look at how a person reacts to failure, another powerful indicator of their true character. Have you ever noticed how some people handle failure? Do they embrace it as a learning opportunity, or do they try to deflect responsibility and blame others? Stoic philosophy teaches us that the way someone reacts to failure can reveal a lot about their integrity and motivations. 7. Pay attention to their reactions to personal failures. Failure is a part of life, a lesson in patience, humility, and growth. According to Stoicism, how a person reacts to failure is a direct reflection of their character. Strong and honest individuals face failure with humility and a willingness to learn from their mistakes. They don't blame others or try to hide their failures. Instead, they accept their mistakes and strive to improve. These are the people you can trust and admire. They recognize that failure isn't a reflection of their worth. It's simply part of the journey towards self-improvement. They don't get defensive or try to cover up their shortcomings. Instead, they analyze what went wrong and take steps to avoid repeating the same mistakes. On the other hand, jealous and deceitful individuals respond to failure very differently. They often seek external excuses to justify their setbacks, blaming circumstances or other people rather than learning from their own actions. They might even try to hide their failures or twist the narrative to protect their egos. For instance, you might encounter someone who's always quick to blame others when things go wrong. They might spread gossip or make up stories about why things didn't work out. This is a sign of insecurity, and their inability to accept responsibility reflects deeper issues with self-esteem and integrity. Think back to the last time you encountered a failure. How did you respond? Were you open to learning from your mistakes, or did you try to shift the blame onto others? And what about the people around you? Have you noticed how they react when faced with failure? Do they accept responsibility and look for ways to improve, or do they make excuses and try to avoid accountability? By observing how people handle their failures, you can gain valuable insights into their true character, whether they are people who will help you grow or individuals who might hinder your progress. Let's continue from our last lesson about unconscious comparisons, and now we'll explore how a person's reaction to failure can reveal their true character. Have you ever noticed that some people react differently when things don't go their way? While some see failure as an opportunity for growth, others will go to great lengths to avoid accountability. Stoicism teaches us that how someone handles failure can say a lot about their integrity and their potential for growth. 8. Pay attention to their reactions to personal failures. In life, failure is inevitable. It's not a matter of if, but when. According to Stoic philosophy, how a person reacts to failure is a reflection of their character and their motivations. Truly strong and honest individuals face failure with humility and a willingness to learn. They understand that failure is part of the process, a stepping stone for personal growth. When a Stoic encounters failure, they don't hide behind excuses or blame others. They accept responsibility and work toward improving. This kind of maturity and self-awareness is what makes them trustworthy and admirable. They see failure not as something to be ashamed of, but as a natural part of their journey toward self-improvement. In contrast, jealous and deceitful people handle failure much differently. Instead of owning up to their mistakes, they seek external excuses, blaming circumstances or other people. They look for ways to deflect responsibility, often hiding their failures or rationalizing their actions to protect their ego. For instance, you may have encountered someone who is always quick to blame others whenever something goes wrong. They may badmouth others or spin false stories to avoid confronting their own shortcomings. This behavior is a clear sign of insecurity and a lack of confidence. Rather than accepting their flaws and learning from them, they're focused on protecting their self-image at all costs. Think about the last time you faced a setback. How did you react? Did you take the time to reflect and learn from your experience, or did you immediately try to justify your actions and blame others? And what about the people around you? Have you noticed how they respond when things don't go as planned? Do they own up to their mistakes, or do they deflect and make excuses? Understanding how people handle failure can be a powerful tool for evaluating their character. Those who learn and grow from their mistakes are the ones you can trust. But those who deflect, make excuses and protect their egos are the ones who may harbor jealousy and deceit. Now that we've explored how failure can reveal someone's true character, let's move on to lesson number 9, where we'll dive into observing how people behave when they think no one is watching. This is another important Stoic lesson that will help us see beyond the surface. Stay tuned. Let's continue our exploration of Stoic wisdom, focusing on the subtle signs of jealousy and deceit that can often go unnoticed. Have you ever been around someone who seemed perfectly friendly, yet left you feeling uneasy or suspicious? If so, you're not alone. These feelings may actually be your instincts, warning you about potential dishonesty or jealousy. Recognizing these signs early can help you protect yourself from negative influences, and it starts by learning to listen for certain signs in others. 9. Listen for these signs. Does the person frequently speak ill of others or make comparisons that elevate their own status? These kinds of remarks are not just petty schemes. They often stem from a place of insecurity and jealousy. When people compare themselves to others, especially in an effort to make themselves look superior, it's usually a defense mechanism to cover up their own feelings of inadequacy. As you become more attuned to these signs, it becomes easier to protect your inner peace and avoid being pulled into negative situations. If something feels off, don't hesitate to question it. Trust your intuition and dig deeper. Ask yourself, are they genuinely supporting others, or are they speaking ill of those around them to make themselves feel better? For example, imagine you achieve a significant milestone at work, and instead of congratulating you, a colleague says, "That's good, but I think John is still better." This isn't an innocent comparison. It's a sign of jealousy. Your colleague might feel threatened by your success, and instead of celebrating with you, they try to downplay your accomplishments by comparing you to someone else. By listening closely to these unconscious comparisons, you can identify who truly supports you. True friends don't need to compare you to others to validate their admiration for you. They appreciate you for who you are not in comparison to anyone else. Think about it for a moment. Who in your life often makes unconscious comparisons? Are they people you should really trust? When you hear demeaning comparisons, how do they make you feel? Do you feel smaller, inadequate, or unworthy? Stoic philosophy advises us to view these comparisons as external factors, things beyond our control. By creating a clear distinction between what you can control and what you cannot, you protect your inner tranquility. These remarks don't have the power to affect your peace unless you allow them to. Do you agree with this Stoic perspective? If so, like the video to show your support. If not, comment 0 so we can discuss and explore whether there's more beneath the surface of these behaviors. Now let's move on to the next crucial lesson. How to listen to your inner voice. Often your instincts can reveal more than what's on the surface. In fact, your gut feeling may be the most reliable source of wisdom when it comes to detecting deceit and dishonesty. 10. Listen to your inner voice. Have you ever had a colleague who always seemed friendly, eager to help, but there was something about them that made you feel uncomfortable? If the answer is yes, stop and listen to your inner voice. That feeling of unease might be your instincts trying to alert you to potential dishonesty or jealousy. Think back to times when you felt suspicious or uncomfortable about someone, even when you couldn't pinpoint why. That's your intuition at work, and it's a crucial tool in protecting yourself from hidden threats. When you sense something is wrong, don't ignore it. Take a moment to reflect and carefully consider the situation. Why does this person's behavior make you uneasy? Sometimes it's the small things that stand out. Do they constantly compete with you? Do they offer compliments that seem overly exaggerated or insincere? These small actions can be powerful indicators of jealousy or deceit. Ask yourself, why do I feel uncomfortable around this person? If you answer that it's due to their inconsistent behavior or words, your instincts might be warning you that something isn't right. Consider a situation where a colleague is always friendly and concerned about you, yet you still feel uneasy. Look at the details you might have overlooked before. Maybe they frequently compare themselves to you or often make subtle comments about the failures of others. Even if they never directly attack you, you may sense an underlying competition or jealousy. Your inner voice is a powerful tool that helps you navigate through the complexities of human relationships. It allows you to differentiate between genuinely good people and those who are only pretending to be kind. But while your inner voice is important, don't ignore the voice of reason. Harmonize both your intuition and logic to make decisions that are grounded in both instinct and wisdom. Identifying jealousy and deception isn't easy, but it's a crucial skill for protecting yourself and maintaining your integrity. Jealous and deceitful people can be found in all walks of life, from close relationships to casual interactions. They might appear to be good friends, but underneath they often harbor insecurity and self-doubt. Stoic philosophy guides us to live calmly and wisely. By applying Stoic principles, we can identify and eliminate these negative influences from our lives. Life is too precious to be wasted on people who don't truly support you. By using the methods we've discussed today, you can spot and avoid those who are filled with jealousy and deceit. You deserve a life filled with joy, peace, and positive relationships. Thank you for watching this video. If you found these methods useful, please share them with your friends and family. Let's work together to build better, more meaningful lives. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with more valuable content. Challenge yourself to apply at least one of these strategies in your daily life, and come back here to comment, "I did it," share how it's made a difference in your life. Let Stoic philosophy be your guide as you embark on a journey of peace, strength, and self-improvement.